What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got actual proper job concrete news about the second expansion of the Digimon trading card game. There was a video posted to YouTube today that gave us a bunch of information, and look, we still don't have a huge amount, right? There's still an awful lot we don't know. Let's not pretend we know everything. We don't. What we do have is confirmation of an official release date, which you kind of knew before, but it's now gone out on the YouTube channel. We have got the actual booster pack artwork, and seemingly confirmation about two new types coming to, two new colors at least, coming into the game in this set. And I'm still not buying it, I still don't believe it. But maybe that's just me, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe that's just me. So it was confirmed that the new set is going to be called Ultimate Power, and it is going to be coming out on the 22nd of July. Now, this is one of the things that should immediately make a few people sit up and go, what? That's soon. That's really soon. I mean, if we compare that to other games, Pokemon have a very standard, they will give us a new set once every 3 months. The first Friday of February, May, August, and November gives us a new expansion of the Pokemon trading card game. So basically, we're talking every 3 months, pretty much like clockwork. We could look at something like Transformers. Now, Transformers tends to average about 3 new sets a year. Although, if I'm honest with you, the release date is a little bit all over the place with that. Not a bad way. But I think it's fair to say that so far, we've not had, in the first 5 waves, the official release date of all 5 of them fell in 5 different months. So it's not exactly set in stone, shall we say. Now, something like Keyforge goes the other way again. Keyforge actually only has 2 new sets per year, one in May and one in November. However, the thing to remember about Keyforge is it is a unique deck game. So they do want it on sale for longer than your average game. With TCGs, you can literally get a playset of every card and then boom, you're done. Whereas with Keyforge being a unique deck game and every deck being completely different, there is no such thing. You can keep going, essentially, and you could buy infinite decks and they would always be different. I mean, if you got up to, a few million, you'd start getting some repeats, I imagine, but I think we'll be all right there. So that's a little bit weird. What we see here is 2 months between boosters. Now, the fact that we got the starter decks, and that was in April, and then less than a month later on the 15th of May, we got the first expansion, that's not terribly weird. Releasing starter decks about a month before we release the first set proper, that is about what we would expect. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. However, having a new set 2 months after the first, that is genuinely early. That is really genuinely early here. Is it a bad thing? I don't really see why. I honestly don't see the problem here. Yes, it is 2 months. Essentially, for Digimon, it all comes down to what they're going to be able to sell. And the fact of the matter is, New Evolution is selling out basically completely. They have ordered a second run. I'm going to do a video all about this in the next couple days. We'll talk about it then. But the point is that Digimon is doing extremely well. They're selling a lot. Why not go for the second booster? It kind of makes sense. It is weird. I'll give you that, ladies and gentlemen. It is kind of weird. Does this mean another 2 months before the next set? Maybe. But I really don't think they're going to be able to keep up 6 new releases a year. My theory here, very simply, is they are bringing out the first 2 sets in quick succession to really build the hype, and then they are going to settle into more of a regular release schedule. Now, the lovely Hasman Hadi bin Assad did actually go and post in the Facebook group. It was a while ago now. We're talking a couple months back, almost 3 months ago, that we were going to have this kind of schedule, and the theory is starter decks in April, and then the first booster in May, more starter decks in June. We have not had confirmation of new starter decks in June, though that would still fit. We've not had confirmation. But then Green didn't get a starter deck, so we are waiting. Second booster in July, which has now been confirmed. A subset in September, and the third booster coming around in November. So the subset would be kind of half to two-thirds of the size of a regular set. Now, it is very much worth bearing in mind here, first of all, this is currently working, in that we have had, the only other product that's been announced is this second lot of boosters in July, which is confirmed with what we've got here. And also that the third main expansion wouldn't actually be coming until November, which would be 4 months later, which jives exactly with what I've just said. Release the second main expansion really quickly to really start building hype for a new game, but then settle into a release of 3 or 4 sets a year. That would give us basically 6 months between sets 1 and 3, so we would then be averaging 1 set every 3 months, which is in line with Pokemon and is about right. As for the starter decks and sub-boosters, this does make sense. Pokemon in Japan do have main sets and mini sets, so this does work with the kind of release schedule we see in other trading card games. I'm willing to believe it. Now, in V-Jump magazine, they did refer to a new colour at the bottom. They didn't do much about the new set in V-Jump, incidentally. What we were told by Pat Jones over on the Facebook group is the graphic at the bottom talks about the new set and a new colour, and gives us some images of Digimon there as well, presumably sample artwork from the set. Now, I looked at this and I went, ha ha ha, I told you those rumours about getting both black and purple in the next Digimon set cannot be true. We're getting one new colour. I was right. Tee-hee-hee. Go Wassy. Go Wassy. Go, go, go Wassy. Go. And I was feeling very bullish and very good about myself. And then this dropped in the YouTube video today. And now I'm using Google Translate here, but it seems pretty gosh darn clear. Many popular Ultimate bodies, Digimon, are going to be coming along, recorded, and new colours such as black and purple are also available. It specifically refers to new colours such as black and purple. And I still don't want to believe this. I still don't think this is a good idea. You bring out blue, red and yellow in the starter decks, perfect. You introduce green in the first set, fine. And then another new colour in the second set, fine. I think introducing 3 new colours in the first 2 sets I think it's a step too far. I really do think it is going too far, but I mean, look, I ain't Bandai, and I ain't making these games. So the fact of the matter is, if they're saying that this is what we need, I'm willing to believe them, because so far everything they've been doing for the game seems like they're doing the right thing. They seem to be doing an excellent job here, but it does strike me as extremely strange that they would feel the need to introduce all these colours this quickly. Now, here's the other thing to remember. They are making the game. They are setting the rules. So there is a very, very good chance here that what they're actually doing is setting us up to have a nice metagame with 6 colours, and they need to do this so that they can have all 6 colours, or at least the 6 colours, they might do more later, they might not be all of them, out nice and quickly. So I'm willing to go with this, but certainly the YouTube video on the official channel today very clearly says new colours including black and purple. Incidentally, the language there does leave it open for another new colour. But then again, the context might be that they're actually saying in the future there will be more new colours. We know black and purple are coming, and I really am now convinced that they are separate colours. What's going to happen in terms of getting both of them in Ultimate Power? We'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to wait and see. And that brings us to the booster pack, and that brings me over to my lovely friend Ian Elliott, who is my go-to for Digimon lore. You know, I'm learning this stuff, but it does take a little while sometimes. So I've gone over to, actually I didn't go over to Ian. Ian's such a lovely dude. He actually got in touch with me to go, hey Wassy, he doesn't call me Wassy, but for the purposes of this story, do you want to know all of the Digimon on the front of the booster pack? Yes, Ian. Yes, I do. So, apparently what we have is, in the top left, we've got Devamon. The top middle, we've got Machindramon. The top right, Piedmon. Middle left is Wargreymon. Now, Wargreymon should excite us a little bit here, because, of course, we've seen a bunch of Wargreymon already. Wargreymon was featured in New Evolution as one of the big exciting level 6s. And it's one of the cards that has started to sell out. I'm not necessarily terribly convinced myself. Security attack +1 the turn you evolve it. And if you reveal an option card, the security effect doesn't work when you're attacking. And we got Wargreymon back in the starter decks as well. And this one I like quite a bit more. This is the one that's got security attack +1 for each 2 evolution sources. So in theory, you get 4 evolution sources here. You got security attack +2. So I think it's fair to say that if there is a new Wargreymon coming, it's going to have extra security attacks because the first one totally did. We've then got middle right is Shine Greymon, and at the bottom we've got Gallantmon or Dukemon, depending on which region you're actually in. Though we did know that this was coming because this was previously confirmed. So there we go. I have very little to say in terms of these new Digimon. We'll have to wait and see as to what they are, but that's what we know so far. We've got a release date and a tentative schedule which may or may not be to be believed. We've got the booster pack image with confirmation of some new Digimon that are coming, and it really does look like 2 new types are being included in this set, but I'm still very, very apprehensive. But hey-ho. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about what we know, and I want you to predict what we don't, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other games, and please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.